Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Today, I want to go over something that a lot of you guys know. Hopefully, I can add some stuff to what you guys are doing to make a smoother transition to where when you get to your actual presentation with the client. And those words are, today's discussion will be warm-up. What is the definition of a warm-up? What does it mean? Does it mean you sit longer? Does it mean you sit and talk longer? Does it mean you show up earlier? Does it mean you rush? Does it mean you're getting yourself warmed up to where you can make the presentation? No. In anything, you got to have a plan of attack that you've got to decide how you want to do it while you're practicing at home or in the shower. When you have a warm-up with somebody, it sometimes will change based if there's two people there, if there's a child there, if there's a child running around the house, if there's a TV on. So we've got to sit and say is that the purpose of a warm-up to me is for the client to get to know you, get to feel comfortable with you, so when you go into the transition of which program do you want to pick out, they feel you're the right choice for them to move forward to buy something from you to protect their family. Now, warm-ups have got a lot of different ways that I've told and I've heard about, I've seen people talk about the fish in their mailbox, talk about their grandchildren on the wall, talk about stuff that's local in the news. That's something that you've got to kind of decide what makes you feel comfortable speaking about. The things I do not like talking about is religion, politics, and stuff that's going on in the world that people are going to get their own opinion that could be different than yours. And it's kind of, to me, it pays to kind of stay away from that stuff there. When I go into a home, the first thing I want to do is ask the client, where do they want me to sit? I want the client to feel that they're in complete control of what I'm doing in their home. Yes, they did invite me. Yes, they sent a card in, or they did a Facebook, or it was a referral. Yet you must let your client feel that they're in control because you're in their home. Even if you're at a McDonald's or you're at some little other little place that you can get food at because the client doesn't want you at the house, the same way. You want me to sit here or you want me to sit here? When people feel they're in control, it makes them feel a little bit superior over you. So our game is to let them feel the best way to where we're going to do is that we're going to maneuver them on where we want them to go during our warm-up. Now, let's say you go into a house, you're starting talking to the client, and their TV is too loud. You ask to move to another room. You ask the client to turn the TV off. You ask them to put it lower, or do you speak louder? My thoughts is that I will tell a client, Ms. Jones, your TV's a little bit loud, and I don't want to show any disrespect and speak too loud. Could you do me a favor and just turn it off for a couple minutes so I can give you the important information that you have requested? 99 out of 100 times, they'll do it. Once in a while, they'll just lower it because I guess they want to hear the background noise in the background. Again, they're in control. It's their home. All you want to do is lower the TV so when you're speaking to the client, they're listening to you and not the TV. Because if you leave the TV on, I'm going to tell you right now, you are not going to win. Because right now, you are not as important as that TV show. Now, when I come back later, if they're watching their favorite TV show, no, I wouldn't do that. Because I'm in front of them, I'm going to be in control and tell them I'm on a tight schedule. I've got a lot of appointments today. A lot of people want to see me. Unbelievable the amount of responses we got. So if you can just give me 10, 15 minutes of your time, I said I'll be in and out. Usually they'll adhere to what you request, yet you need to ask them to do it to let them feel like they're in control. What I like to talk about is the weather outside. I do talk about stuff on the wall. I talk about their family. because the whole purpose of us being there is for their family. So in the event something happens, or not in the event, when the event happens and they pass away, their families will be taken care of. You can come across and tell them that you're their financial coach, you're their financial advisor, you're here because they requested and it's something that you enjoy doing. So you want to answer all the questions they have, and then from there we can decide what's best for you. In a warm-up, it's kind of just visiting. It's talking back and forth. You're having a conversation. You're not talk, because what I've seen agents before, when they're in a home, they just want to feel they got to control the conversation, and they feel the more they speak, the better it's going to be. And to me, it's quite the opposite. What I like to do is consider that person like a little small fire and let them start talking. And throughout the conversation, I like to throw a little bit of gasoline on them, a little bit of kerosene, some type of accelerant to where they start speaking more. When a client starts speaking more, I think you've got a better chance of them wanting to buy something from you, because now they feel they're talking more than you, they're saying the way it is, yet you're driving them down that yellow brick road. So let's take, for example, I'm in a house. Hello, Ms. Joe. My name is Joe. You sent this card in. And boy, the weather's beautiful outside, all that weather we had this past weekend. Did you have any damage in your yard? Did you have any damage in your complex? No, everything went pretty nice, all that stuff. I said, great. My God. We need this weather so bad. It's been so dry. I've driven by little lakes and ponds that are kind of low. Have you seen that? No, I haven't seen that there. Or I might sit and say, boy, howdy, I see how you've got a lot of trophies on the wall there. Whose are those there? Well, that's my grandson. He lives with us. Oh, fantastic. He must be a good young man. He plays sports. What sports does he play? I'm asking her an open-ended question because I want her to speak with me. You want to find some common ground between you and the client, either something on the wall, something that's going on, something that is happening that you're not too confrontational, that they may not have the same viewpoint as you. Okay? Now, would I talk about what happened on the Oscars between Will Smith and Chris Rock? No, that's not what I would talk about. Okay? I wouldn't talk about the war in Ukraine. I wouldn't talk about that. I wouldn't talk about our president, no matter whether it's a president you like or a president you don't like. For the mere fact is that you don't know their position on that situation. You want to go into kind of like neutral grounds to where you're able to have a conversation to where they want to speak to you. You're an enjoyable person to speak with. And with them speaking with you, they're talking. Now, when I'm doing my warm-up, I'm also asking questions about their health. Now, they may not realize it because I'm going through the application. So what I want you guys to think about is the favorite carrier you like using. Whichever one that is, your choice. You want to actually almost memorize that application. So in your conversation, in the warm-up, you're going to ask them, well, how's your health? And I've had people tell me, my health is fantastic. Or my health is better this week. They're going to tell you which way that you should maneuver your next questions. When they tell you their health is great, what that means is that they're just saying that. They could have had a heart attack 6 months ago. They could have had cancer a year ago and they're in remission. So say, fantastic, I'm glad your health is doing great. You know, say, I just left a client's house just recently. They had a heart attack a little bit over 2 years ago. They had cancer 3 years ago. And when I went over the information with them, they were so happy and pleased that I had a program that would work with them. They're going to go, so what you're trying to do, you're trying to get that mind going to where they're starting saying, oh my God, if you do have a problem, Joe can take care of me. What I like to do also is when I'm speaking with them, believe it or not, it's much easier when you're face to face with a client than doing a call right now. You're visiting with them. How's your health? Fantastic. No, nothing's wrong with me. So you had no heart attack, no strokes, no cancer, diabetic, no, nothing. Any type of lung problems? No. Any type of leg problems? No. Any type of stomach problems? And as you see what I'm doing, I'm touching the areas that I'm talking about. I want them to relate to where I'm touching and what I'm saying, because believe it or not, they're sometimes looking at you, they're sometimes hearing you, but a lot of times they may not be listening to you. So if you're listening, if a client is listening to you and you feel you got their attention, continue forward. If you feel the client's out in left field or his eyes are over here when they're talking to you and they're, no, I haven't had no heart attack. A stroke, no, I've had no strokes. No, I'm not a diabetic. People do that sometimes because they don't want to talk to you, or they could be shy, or you could be going into a danger zone to where they don't want to admit to you what's wrong, because they could have maybe just tried to get a policy recently and they got declined, or they were given something other than immediate benefits. So now they feel that if they don't look at you, you're not going to think anything's wrong with them. Now, we're all smarter than that there. You got an MIB, Medical Information Bureau, and you've also got pharmacy. They know a lot about that client better than you know about them. As you're speaking with them about stomach problems, heart problems, leg problems, you got any joint problems, you actually want to find things that you know they don't have. You have arthritis? Okay, that's good. So as you're doing that, you're gathering information, so when you make the transition to make your presentation, you almost have somewhat of an idea of which program they're going to qualify for. Pick a carrier, work the carrier, ask the questions from there so you can pivot straight to your favorite carrier. Now, if your favorite carrier does not accept somebody that's got lung problems, COPD or emphysema, you've got to actually know, who am I going to pivot to? If you're new in the business or you're new working with us, we've got the common worksheets or the carrier placement guides where you can go look it up. You can go to COPD, say if this carrier takes it, this carrier takes it, this one doesn't, and my favorite carrier does not accept COPD other than graded. I want to give them immediate benefits. So you got to know how to pivot when you're speaking with a client. When you're talking to a client in the warm-up, you also want to talk to them how they receive their Social Security check. We're going to take, for example, they're all over 65 or they're on underage disability. I see that you're 62 years old. Are you on Social Security yet? Are you getting Social Security monies? Yes, I am. Fantastic. Some of the people I deal with can't even qualify because they're a little bit too young. Fortunately, you're able to qualify. Do you have it direct deposited into your bank? Yes, I do. Is that the checking account or savings account? Great. Do you have it deposited on the second, third, or fourth Wednesday? There you go, the second Wednesday. Now, for you guys that don't know, years and years ago, every senior received their money on the third of the month. The third. And if you were underage disability or SSI, you got it on the first of the month. Some people are different. That's normally the way it goes. Since there's so many more people aging in to Medicare, what they've done now is that instead of doing it all on the third, they broke it down to the second, third, and fourth Wednesday of the month. This is a little bit of trivia that you can go over with your client. If the client's birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th, that's the first Wednesday. The 11th through the 20th, that's the third Wednesday. And if it's between the 21st and 31st, that's the fourth Wednesday of the month. If you've already got the information on when their birthday is, and they just turned 65, and they say their birthday is on April 29th, you're going to say, I can assume you get your check in on the fourth Wednesday of the month. I had a client tell me, well, how do you know that? And I went over a little trivia now, 2, 3, and fourth Wednesday. And what I did was that I brought that client in because when you're speaking with them, you want to speak slowly, you want to speak with confidence, you want to give them eye-to-eye contact, because as you're doing this here, they're judging you. They're saying to themselves, do I want to do business with him? They're trying to find faults in you because they may not be ready to pull the trigger. And we have no idea who was there previously to them. So what we've got to do is that we always got to be on our A game when we go to visit a client. To me, it's called showtime. To me, it's kind of like you're visiting and you're on a Broadway stage with a different cast member that you've got no idea what's going to happen, just like it is when you walk into a house. You've got no idea what you're going to walk into when you go into a home. You don't know. And since you don't know, you've got to kind of be light on your feet. You got to say, okay, let me move around a little bit. Let me get comfortable. All this is in your mind. And what you're doing is that you're aligning yourself with them. Just like you're reading their body language, they're reading your body language. So what the name of the game is in a warm-up is to get to know the person, find something comfortable, couple, 3 things that you feel comfortable speaking about, ask them questions about it, and let them speak. Because the more they speak, the better opportunity you have to making a presentation, for them to have confidence in you, and for you to make a sale. Okay guys, hit the road Monday morning, April 4th. It's the first month of the second quarter. Have you thought about what your goals are for quarter 2? Have you actually sat down and thought about it? Do I need to buy more leads? Do I need to ask for more referrals? Do I need to do more canvassing? Do I need to knock on more houses next door? Should I maybe go to an apartment complex? Should I go to a mobile home park to see if I can drum up some business that way there to save money on leads? The ball's in your court. We're here to help you. Hit them hard. We appreciate you. Drive careful. If you need anything, give us a call. Make it a great day, guys. Bye-bye.